Law number 3 in the 44 laws of how to deal with a toxic baby mama in family court is document everything. Words mean nothing. Y'all ever notice how your BM remembers every word you said except the part that proves you were right? You know, like suddenly she get amnesia and you always lying. That's when I realized, look, screenshots and pics are like your new homeboys. They gonna help you when you get jammed up in this baby mama drama. Trust me. Every successful case when a father wins custody is built off documenting everything. I mean everything. Because what happens is people's words vanish in thin air. Like they come up with something, they forget it. Memories get twisted and remixed to fit a narrative. But the thing that stays steady is written proof and documentation. That's like a shield in the world that always runs in he said, she said. You gotta think of documentation as like throwing a lob to your lawyer for the game-winning dunk. I mean, it's because they gonna take it and run with it, man. That's all they need in order to help you win your case. So brothers gotta realize too, when you keep records, texts, dates, photos of dates of what you've done with your kids, you're not just collecting evidence. You're painting a detailed picture of your effort, your consistency, your love for your children, and the lack of co-parenting on her part. So what this shows is that you're not a liar. You know, they always tend to call you a liar for everything that you've done. You can ask every baby father that ever lived this planet, and especially I'm talking about the toxic ones, of course. I'm talking about the toxic baby mamas. They've always called the father a liar. They've always called the father a liar. So what keeping records does is eliminates her narrative of calling you a liar. It shows that you don't rely on emotions, just proof. And what the proof is proving to the judge of what kind of father you really are, regardless of whatever she says, whatever her narrative of you is. Doesn't matter what it is. The judge can see it from documentation, pictures, texts, all those other things. The story tells itself right then. So that he doesn't have to go with anybody's word. So if you document, see, and this is the good part about documenting. When you document, you don't need to argue. All you do is just showing facts, and then you just watching her squirm. Bottom line is, facts don't yell. They stay calm and they chill. And that's why you need to document, because it doesn't get you into the argument stages. So every weekend that you have your kids, every school game, every trip you take to get them ice cream, every time you go to the mall, every time you baking cookies together with your kids, whatever it is, document it with pictures or receipts. You know, get receipts. Make sure you get receipts too. Now, when it comes to text messages, this is my perspective on things. And this is after years of going back and forth on the text messages, saying some things you might not wanted to say. just controlling your text messages. That's very key when you're dealing with your baby mom, man. You got to control your text messages. So how I look at text messages is you treat every text message between you and your baby mama as if the judge gets an alert on their phone every time y'all text. And what he does is he's reading the interaction to see who's gonna slip. That's how I view text messages. Every time I'm texting, I think about the judge reading it. So I have to filter out my emotion and get straight to business. So brothers, hear me out. Don't cuss, because it reads like anger. It reads like you mad. And you don't want to show the judge you can't control yourself. Because how can you control your children if you can't control yourself? You feel me? Another thing, don't call her a bitch or nothing like that. Don't threaten her with the "you better not" blah 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 blah, or "I promise you if something happens I'ma da 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 da." Please stay away from those lines. Just talk to her as if you're talking to a child. And I know what I just said sounds crazy. I know it's a bad analogy, but mentally it works. So hear me out. Walk with me. If you look at her like you're talking to a little kid and you're the adult, whenever she tries to insult you or shame you, you're gonna respond as if she's not on your level. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're handling business as a father and you're trying to promote the 50-50 co-parenting life, then she is beneath you. Okay, for example, when your kids are challenging you on stuff you know is wrong, but they think they right, don't you laugh at them and tell them something like, so now you think you know more than me? Or so now you know more than me, right? You don't yell at them. You know they are so far beneath you, it's not even necessary to respond in a negative way. You just laugh at it. So that's how you gotta treat talking to your baby mama. If she challenges you on some stuff that you know is right on your side, wrong on her side. Or even in general, just in an argument, you just have to treat her as if she's a little kid. And I know it sounds crazy, but it works. Because once you put yourself in that position, then whatever she says is blah blah. It's like it's child's play. You have to be the man/adult in the relationship. So you're gonna have to act accordingly and play your position. That's all that is. And it doesn't mean being weak. It means having integrity. And integrity will always prevail. I don't care what nobody tells you. And I don't want to get spiritual or nothing like that, but from my perspective, the Most High will always bless you when you move with honor and integrity, even if the judge doesn't. You know what I mean? Even if the judge doesn't, you're going to be blessed in bigger ways. Things going to start happening to you in a positive way. Your kids going to start leaning towards you more. And doors are going to open for a better relationship with them. Believe me. It may not show early on, but at some point during their life, if you if you play this game with honor and integrity, you will be rewarded. So back to that, man. So you got to keep your tone respectful. You got to keep your responses brief and let your actions be recorded through consistency. And if a disagreement happens, everything that you documented, that's going to be your mirror. So you shouldn't have to worry about nothing. You ain't got to worry about defending yourself. So what documentation does, again, well, first of all, it reminds you, then the lawyer, then the judge, of how you behaved during the storm. That you're responsible. That you can't be broken. And people tend to believe people who don't fold or don't get emotional during emotional situations. It's like a boss. You ever notice people who have control move and respond at a different pace? Like they're more cool and calm, and even they walk slower in a calm motion. Just notice any boss type in movies, any gangster movies, action movies, whatever it is, TV shows, whatever it is, they all move at their own pace, regardless of the chaos. That's how you need to move. But let's get back to the documentation part. I got off track a little bit. Documentation is about discipline, and it shows reliability. So let me get into an example of getting documentation. You know, you have things where you journal. I just told you earlier about journaling and everything, getting pictures with your kids, writing down things that's going on between the baby mom, or keeping text messages. But let me give you an example of getting documentation. And the example I use on that is police reports. And police reports meaning if she doesn't want you to have the kids during your visitation time, then you're gonna need a police report. For example, let's say it's your weekend. They have the kids. But she tells you she took the kids out of town, or that they're sick and you can't take care of them, so they're staying with her. She just make up something, whatever. Then you're gonna need to call the police. Now, once you call the police, I'm gonna let you know up front, they can't legally make her give the kids to you. They can't. But what they will do is they'll ask. Keyword is ask. They'll ask her to let the kids come with you based on what the court order said. By the way, they're going to want to see the court order first before anything pops off. So you're going to need to have that ready at all times. They're not going to take your word for it. They need to see the documentation. They need to see the documentation. You know what I mean? Once she realizes that she doesn't have to give the kids up, she's going to say no. Flat up. She's going to say no. Nah, she don't want to get the kids up. So what you're going to need to do after she says no and slams the door in your face is get the police to write up a police report so that this situation can be documented for the judge to see. This is where getting documentation comes in. So her denying the kids' visitation is called contempt of court. That's what she will be in, contempt of court. And the definition of contempt of court is actually considered a crime of being disobedient or disrespectful to the court of law. It could be seen as the interfering with orderly administration of justice. But, depending on the judge, the penalties vary. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Some judges have punished mothers for being in contempt, like, giving fathers more time with the kids, or even just giving full custody. Some judges have done that. Some judges, like in my case, didn't do a damn thing, except go to the next topic when I tried to bring it up. So, it is what it is, man. Actions may vary. That's all I can tell you. So once they write the police report, they're going to tell you it takes about 3 to 4 days for it to be documented online on their website. They're going to give you the case number to pull up the information when it's time. And then that document may help you in court. Again, like I said, actions may vary depending on the judge. So remember, law number 3 isn't about keeping notes. It ain't just about keeping no notes. It's about showing you and the people that matter that you move like a boss, so that no lie can erase the facts. Man, I'm starting to sound like Dame Dash. Moving like a boss. Man, you're only the boss when you put your own money up. If not, you're just a supervisor. That dude contradicted himself on that line so many times, man. It's crazy. So it's like I would ask Dame, like, yo, so do bosses use other people's money or their own money? Riddle me that, Dame, because you done went back and forth on what the boss does. I remember the first time you said you was a tycoon. You said bosses put up their own money. Then recently, you just said no boss puts up their own money. They use other people's money. So which one is it, Dame? Or are you confused? But that's a whole nother topic for another day with your boy. But one thing that Dame did say in one of them videos back in the days about being a boss, he was on the Breakfast Club and he was like, hey, calling the boss is like calling another man your daddy. Y'all remember that, right? So in that case, I guess that works for this case that I'm talking about. So I guess you act like a boss so you can show everybody you really are daddy. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, man, it's like this, bro. The father who documents his life documents his wins, even after court is over. And that's a story worth showing the world. I catch y'all on the next one. Later.